What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Hanahar. On another episode of Christian's Cult Classics, I want to take the time to talk about Creepshow. You know, Creepshow, this is Anthology 101. This is one of the greatest horror movies ever made, much less an anthology piece. Creepshow is just a masterpiece. You know, when you mix George Romero and Stephen King, two icons of horror, it's almost like, well, how can you go wrong? When you think about Creepshow, you think charm, you think early 80s, you think just comic book, which is kind of what this movie is. This movie is what you would call a live comic book. And it could almost seem like, whoa, that's going to seem a little strange, or maybe it could be a little hokey, I don't know. But when you see Creepshow, it actually is just perfected 100%. I gotta be honest, some of my favorite parts in Creepshow is the beginning where Tom Atkins is that mean dad, because wow, is he a mean dad. He's cussing at the kid, he's hitting the kid, and he's mad, and he throws the comic book out in the trash can. And then you see just charming early 80s special effects. There's like a difference between like early 80s special effects and then late 80s special effects. Late 80s is where you really get these magnificent animatronics and all this great stuff. And you know, the early 80s is like the pioneers were doing things at this time that were really like the first time you would say, wow, that looks so incredible, and you would really get lost in the film. It would really allow you to get lost in the film because of how good it was done. And you've got Tom Savini's in this era and other guys, the Bakers of the world, and, you know, just great stuff. So this early 80s look is perfect for Creepshow. I think if Creepshow would have been made in the late 80s, it wouldn't have had the same look, the same sound, the same charm that it did in the early 80s, and I think it came out at the perfect time. You know, there's a lot of great stories in here. There's, of course, the Where's My Cake, the Father's Day, the Tide You Over, What's in the Crate, a lot of great stuff. And my personal favorite is Something to Tide You Over. I love Leslie Nielsen in this. I just think he is actually a really good bad guy. He actually was just really, you hated him in this. I mean, he was such a cruel guy, and no remorse for anybody or anything in that. And I like the look. I like that he's in that futuristic. You ever notice in the early 80s, like people who had money, the furniture look and the look of houses like were that kind of futuristic, everything was sleek and glass. And I have a big fear of the ocean. Like, I don't like being in the ocean. I wouldn't want to ever be on a cruise. It just scares me. So whenever you see water in an episode or something like this, as it pertains to horror, that always gets me. And I just thought that was a great, charming episode, and I love how it ended. And Creepshow has something for everybody, I think. I think Creepshow, you could, as a horror fan, if one story doesn't grab you as perfectly as you would like it to, maybe the other one was. If you have a fear of bugs, boy, you've got something to look forward to in this. I think a lot of people that are watching this have already seen Creepshow, and I just want to say, if you haven't yet, check it out. Anybody that may be watching this, this is Horror 101. This is George Romero, Stephen King 101. This is a must-have. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about this movie. It truly is just one of the greatest and most charming horror movies you will ever see. And it's a great Halloween time movie. Despite the fact it doesn't take place on Halloween time, this will get you in the mood perfectly. So there it is, guys, Creepshow. I just want to take the time to talk about that movie, as it is an instant classic. Let me know what your favorite story is in Creepshow. That's always fun to know. Please be sure to ding the bell so you know when we talk about movies just like this on my channel, and check the description for other great things. I have a Teespring with great shirts and other things like that. So this is Christian Hanahar. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.